where we left off last week or 2 weeks ago or whatever it was. In the finally discovered lost Netherese city of Yethrin. You began to do some exploring. Kaz played a game of lightning ball with some magical construct creatures. Um, didn't do so well, but he played. Valiant effort. Um, and continued to explore and discovered a central spire with what appeared to be a very large magical item that may be what it is that you're seeking. However, this central massive spire in the center of the city was protected by a wall of force, some kind of arcane force field that looked pretty dangerous and deadly should you try to brute force through it. So you started to explore the rest of the city and had come across a hexagonal building, a palatial hexagonal building, which rose before you and was crowned with a glittering dome. There were double doors on one side, and they were slightly ajar. And I believe, was it Kaz? Did you go in, or was it?
Yep, it was me.
Yeah. So.
Yep. Phil told me to head in, so I kicked through the door and was like, rah.
Yeah, and as you busted in, you saw around that there were broken display cases, what looked like. The walls were hung with some rotted and deteriorating tapestries. There were statues strewn, pushed over. And as you were digging through, you saw several large creatures rooting around within the debris, looking for something or doing something. And as you busted in, looking at you quickly, you hear in some kind of language, but you did not understand it. But give me, Kaz, just a straight intelligence roll.
Oh, I'm really good at those.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. When you see this single monstrous eye looking at you, it doesn't register any kind of recognition on you. Bloody hell. Dynamic lighting's on. Why can't I see anything? Oh, Lordy. Can anybody see anything?
Nope.
I see a Nothic.
Yeah.
But your map should have changed.
Yep, it changed to an all black slate.
It did. You know why? Because I put you on the wrong map.
That would make sense.
I cannot blame. That's user error. That's me. Okay. So Kaz, you busted all in, and we rolled for initiative. So let me add those in. Why is there what? There aren't any tokens on this page to take that turn. What are you talking about? There's
Jeez, Filbert rolled horribly for. I think this is only like the second time I've ever seen Filbert get under a 10 in initiative.
Did I roll?
Last week?
Game you did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you got an 8.
I didn't roll.
Go ahead and roll.
Do you want me to wait for my token to appear or just roll?
It's not on there? I'm sorry. Hang on. That's again, that would be user error.
No token for you.
No sound and no token today.
There, you're on there now.
Thank you.
What did Filbert get? Oh, 8.8. What's your dex? Rebecca. No, Rebecca.
Mine's the
Yeah.
+5.
No, just what is it? 20?
Yours is 20. Yeah.
Okay. Kaz, what'd you get? 15?
15.
I got best.
Don't you always?
Yeah, lowest wins, right?
Yeah. Gives me more time to strategize.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph, what is going on? We've done Filbert's here now 3 times. There we go, you dirty bastard.
I want my red dot. Keep teasing me with the red dot.
Okay. Let's put these in order. Okay. So you see, Kaz has kind of burst into the door, Tam Tam. And you hear this kind of guttural voice. And then this kind of loud roaring sound.
I don't think we should go in there. Doesn't sound too great.
Too late now.
Verlaine looks at you, Tam Tam, and just kind of goes, "Little one, you're going to get used to that. It happens here all the time now. Big one just barrels in."
Okay. Tam helpful. I go save big you. Oh. Okay, 25. Deus light is 10.
I don't think I have. Do I have light on right now?
We always just assume that you have light.
Yeah, but didn't she like? Did you reapply the spell?
What?
Told me she didn't want me to have light on.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and then last week I couldn't talk at all.
Yeah.
Currently, I do think I have you emitting light. Do you not have it on? Because I can turn it off.
No, I mean it's on. That's up to Tam Tam whether or not we continued with that or not. Because I think she had to cast a spell in order for that. So that's up to you, considering she couldn't talk last time, whether or not that actually happened or not.
Do you remember, Rebecca?
I would have if Daya would have allowed me to in the morning or after the rest.
I mean, I think I didn't really have it much on in the city anyway because it was so brightly lit. Um, so I mean, it's up to you. It's up to you whether you had decided, you know, I don't want her turning on that annoying light thing. I'm gonna leave that.
Right.
Yeah, I'll leave that up to your character.
Um. um,
I didn't mean to hit that.
Okay. So yeah, the interior of this building, it does have sporadic kind of a bluish light coming from mounted globes on the walls that you can see, Tam Tam. Um, they you can see quickly that several of them are kind of either flickering dimly or dead, but there are sporadic ones still working enough for a low level of light in the area, enough easily just to make out your surroundings.
So would it be considered dim light then?
Mechanically, no, I would think it's not mechanically to that point where you're at disadvantage. No.
Cool.
He seems friendly.
Maybe you should talk to him.
Go ahead.
No, you first. And I'll just stay right here and I'll hold my attack action if he becomes aggressive.
Okay.
You first.
Oh, I wish I remembered how to do that.
Hey Mick, are you using Sirenscape right now?
Yeah.
What's the pin?
Do I give you that pin or do you enter the pin? You
Well,
just follow that link that I sent, and then you enter in the pin that's on your player. So if you follow the link, it opens up a browser page, and then you enter the pin that's on your player, and then that links it to the game.
Let me see if I can find the link.
It's in the Facebook chat. I put it there this evening.
Okay.
because I had to redo mine too. All right, so as you're kind of there, Tam Tam and Kaz, you see the one that you initially saw and kind of gesticated at you and growled at, kind of slowly starts to come closer. And he's and as he's doing so, you hear noises and scampering, and you hear the running of heavy kind of feet. And you see another one emerge from behind that original one over there, from over here. But then two come from the other side of this kind of pentagramal shaped building, start to come from the other side. The original one kind of only comes a few, maybe 10 feet or so closer to you, and he continues to gesticate and speak to you in this kind of guttural sounding, but clearly some kind of language. And it does not attack you outright.
I wish I was 1-0 right now.
Yeah. I was gonna say, do you speak its language, Tim?
I'll tell you what, though. Suddenly,
No.
I could hear you a hell of a lot better, Rebecca.
So I've been messing around with more of the settings. I had to turn you all down so I didn't get my ear didn't blow out.
Yeah, I can hear you nice and clear now.
Yeah, I just cranked my volume all the way up and turned everybody else down. And I can hear Rebecca fine now.
Yeah, we're good. Awesome. Yay.
Yay.
All right, Kaz, that brings up you into the initiative.
All right. So they're not attacking, or it doesn't seem as though they're attacking.
Well, I mean, he didn't. He only moved a few feet closer towards you, and started gesticating and looked like he was trying to communicate or speak to you in some way.
Guess I will take a step up here like this and just try to say hello. If I get no response, I'll say it in giant. If no response, then I don't know what to do. I'll just hold an action for if they attack.
Okay.
Anybody, if they become aggressive and get within attack range, I'll attack.
As Villain comes in, steps into the doorway, you kind of see her, those who can see her, gesticating enormously. She's reaching for her wand to pull out her wand. She instead reaches into her bag and she pulls out Professor Skint. What, Professor? This is not the time. And the orb starts to flash, quickly and agitately. And that's Netherese, girl. That's Netherese they're speaking. Can you tell us what? He says the same word over and over again. Hunger. We hunger. And as she looks over at this creature, it's salivating down its face, and its tongue is kind of lagging out a little bit as well. Professor, do they eat people? I don't know what they are. And she just kind of slowly backs out just a little bit. And she pulls out her wand.
And so I'm guessing I heard all that then.
Oh yeah. She's like within 5 feet of you. But that was her action, was to kind of interact with the professor and let him look around and ask
Maybe
him.
we need to pull out some rations or something, throw it at him.
Yeah.
Okay, Filbert.
All right. I'll move up to there, and I will hold my attack action if they attack myself or one of my party members. And that's my turn.
Okay. Okay, Thea.
Okie dokie. Um, I am going to take out my charm of bounty. I have had God knows how long. We'll go here. What here? Can't see the squares, so here 15, 25, 30. This is the one that's talking to us.
You would guess he's the closest.
Okay. I'm gonna take out my charm of bounty and cast create food and water. I don't have a bowl, but I've got a water skin. I guess I could. I got a mess kit. That's got a bowl in it. So, but I'm more worried about the food. So, poof, bam.
Okay.
Mark one of those charges away. There you go. By the way, this is on my skill sheet. It's on my sheet twice. And like gesture toward like food. You know how to say food in Netherese, Professor?
He actually barks out a word in Netherese that you hear him kind of Takaka.
Who? The professor or the
Professor, yeah, you just told the professor, so.
yeah. I'll say caca.
Alrighty.
Try to repeat it the best I can, I guess. and then I'll like push the food in the water bowl like kind of towards them, and like ha-ka-ka, ha-ka-ka.
Okay. All right, Tam Tam.
So, okay, just gonna step back here. Hokaka, no, no, no. And I'm gonna point to myself, no, no, Hokaka, or whatever. And then I'll just take the dodge action.
All right, very good. The one that was closest rushes forward and just gulps and starts gulping it all down. This one begins to move forward and sees there's no more. And as it comes closer to you, Thea, it tries to grab onto you.
Excuse me, sir.
Does anybody want to use their held action?
Is it? Well, I mean, it's not close enough for me to do that.
Okay.
Was there an actual attack made?
Well, he's trying to grapple her.
Oh,
I'm gonna see where this goes. I only have so many arrows I can shoot.
pretty sure you have magic arrows that just appear.
That's what
Great.
it seems like.
Roll a. You can either use a athletics or an acrobatics check, whatever you prefer.
Okay.
Maybe because of its kind of starvation, whatever. It tries to grab on and grapple you, Thea, but you kind of have no problem kind of pushing its hand aside and breaking free of him trying to grab onto you. These other ones keep coming around the corner. Okay. Now they all are kind of like getting gestating, and you just hear this kind of chorus of and they're getting more and more agitated. But that is their turn. Kaz.
All right, I guess I'll pull out some rations.
Just dropped a whole bunch of food on the ground.
Yeah, and one of them ate all of it.
Oh.
I'll pull out some of my rations and try to hand it to them.
one of them ate all of it, isn't it like 30 pounds of food?
Yeah.
Oh, it's 30 pounds. Excuse me. Two of them started
Oh,
Yeah.
and do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. And here I'll mark the two that are eating with the red dot. Yeah, I apologize. And I'd say that this one, as he ran up, was close enough that he's getting in there too. But it's going very, very fast. I mean, they are just mowing it.
I guess I'll hand a couple of rations to this guy.
Okay. How many of those are you gonna give him?
I'll give him like a 1 day's ration.
Okay.
Manzira would be so proud of you guys.
All right. Elaine kind of sticks her head in and starts to take stock. And she says to you guys, I don't know that we have enough food to feed them enough. Is there a plan B? And with that, she begins to prepare a spell and holds off the last syllable just in case. All right, Filbert.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the group is planning on doing, because this isn't gonna work. You're probably just making them hungrier. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna hold my action again to attack if they attack somebody and yell out to the group, "What's the plan?" And that's it. So I got nothing.
Okay. All right, Thea.
Well,
You can see that there's another one that has kind of started to come around from that side, and you can just make out another one coming from that side additionally. Besides the three that you've fed and the one that Kaz has started to feed.
I could feed him more. And then we could maybe try to make a run for it. And then while they're busy, I can fireball them. It would be nice if I wasn't surrounded by all these cats, though. I'm just gonna be like,
Your passive perception's what again? 18.
Me or Tara?
Tara,
18.
what is it?
18.
Yeah. So I mean, as you're packing away, they, that since you put that food down, they started going to town on it. There's probably they've gotten at least a third to a half of it between the three of them. And as you kind of look over and pass, you can see that the one bit of rations that Kaz has given him to, basically was like a bun to an elephant. He just kind of like chomp chomp swallowed.
Right. I don't know, guys.
Well, he just went further in.
Who?
You.
Well, I thought we need to be in here.
I don't know. Do we? I thought we were just checking it out.
I thought we needed to be here. We can't back out. They're just gonna fucking follow us. Especially after we gave them food. Don't you know how that stuff works? Oh.
I think you gotta name them.
Yeah, right. Okay. I use fireball. But I don't know, I would feel bad. Like, they haven't overtly attacked us yet.
Can, like, the book talk to them or something? Like...
Yeah. The book? The codicil of white?
Yeah, whoever the professor is.
The orb.
He's an orb.
Oh, that's the orb. Okay. My mistake.
Alright, so I'm gonna, instead of fully completing my movement, I'm gonna like drop some more food right here. I'm gonna do it again. One. Boom. Food is there. I'm here. Good. Ka. And I'm just gonna stand right now. I don't want to be surrounded by food.
Okay.
You don't want to not think food got eaten.
All right, Tam Tam. You have seen Thea kind of back away and drop another huge amount of magically created food on the floor and continue to back away.
Oh, okay. It's very nice that you want to feed them. But you know, they're probably gonna follow you now for like ever.
Well, they're wanting to eat me right now, I think. So, maybe now they're distracted and we'll go running at the food. You guys can...
I'm gonna go. I'll follow you, because I said I would, bright lady. But, there's another one around this corner.
Yeah.
When I went by the one by Kaz, he didn't attack me, right? Or did he?
Nope. He was busy chomping down on the rations that... But he eyeballed you.
No, Kaka, no.
Uh-oh. What's that?
All right. Are you holding an action or anything?
Done. I will hold an action. If someone looks like they want to eat me, I will punch them.
I think that's reasonable. All right, so these guys continue to eat. This one, oops. 1, 2, 6, and he starts to eat. He sprints. He sprints over there, and they start to eat. All right, Kaz.
All right. Well, I will. I will shift over to here and wait to see what's going on and hold my action again.
Okay. Villain, knowing which way the wind blows. Not seeing anything further this way. She'll go here, I think. That way she's got a thing and she's got her wand out at the ready. All right, Filbert.
Alright, 5, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Move dash dash.
Okay. All right, Thea.
Yeah.
I need you to make a charisma deception check.
Okay. Wait, did I click something? I didn't mean
No,
to.
that was me.
Oh. Did I?
That's a charisma save, but that's fine.
Okay.
Let me just double check.
What's your
Why is your character sheet not opening?
I don't know.
Oh, there. It finally did. It finally did. Deception. Are you proficient?
No.
No, you're not. So.
Yeah, here, I'll re-roll it.
No, you don't have to. I can just do the math.
Yeah,
So
sorry.
4. So yeah. So you got a 17. Okay. Go ahead. Do what you're gonna do.
Okay. I'm gonna fireball.
Of course you.
I mean, they're probably gonna eat us. I mean, I know there's a guy behind us, but like.
There isn't one behind us. He moved up to the food.
He ran past you.
Yeah, he dashed past you to the food.
They're really guilty. They're all grouped together.
Do it.
Oh, okay.
Fire's not here. You can do it.
My God is here. Okay, it's a. Trying to remember how to do that thingy.
What thingy?
Show me where I can do it, where it's gonna get them enough. Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, there.
What's the range?
20-foot radius.
So right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attack on your character sheet for fireball.
Gonna say under my breath, Lathander, please release these beings into your light so they do not have to suffer any longer.
Mhm. Why is it rolling at advantage when I've got normal marked?
I don't know, it pulls that shit sometimes.
Oh, rolling well tonight. All right, so they all take
27.
27 points of damage.
And I'm gonna use my movement after that. And wrong thing.
So you're like, here's a fireball. Now attack Kaz.
Here's some food. Fireball. Rolling. That was devious.
They're gonna eat us!
You're supposed to be the good aligned player. You're supposed to be the pillar of morality for the group.
How is the goblin the moral one in this group?
Right? How is the light cleric of Lathander the most murder hobo-y of all of us?
His light is intense and it is bright like a fire that burns all that within it and also
Hey,
heals.
the greater the height, the harder the fall, man. Bible's full of that shit. All right.
Exactly.
All right. So, as Thea moves away slowly as she hears the sound of kind of just ravenous devouring of the food she's left, you hear her pray out to Lathander, and a small little ball leaves her fingertips and floats out and lands amongst these creatures, and you hear this boom concussion sound of a fireball exploding. The creatures scream. Pain and rage fills them, their bodies kind of burning as they kind of thrash about. Some of them throw themselves down on the ground trying to extinguish the flames. And they're still, they're there, and they're pissed. Tam.
Oh wow, that was a smart idea. But you probably should actually like kill them, not anger them.
I did my best.
Okay, so I'll just run up next to her. I mean, you did an okay job, great lady. Next time, kill them, and then I'll hold my action for when they come running at us.
And what's that action?
To punch.
Okay. All right. The burning creatures see Kaz and rush at him. And quickly surround him.
You did have a thing filled out, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Kaz, which one do you want to attack? With your held action.
Whichever the first one, I guess whichever the first one that would have come over would have been. So I'm guessing like that one, I guess.
Okay, I'm just gonna give them all different colors here. All right. So go ahead and make your attack roll. You as he kind of rushes up past you and looks like he's trying to get behind you, you don't really feel too good about his intentions. So, discretion being the better part of valor, you take a hefty swing at him. His hide is actually pretty thick, and your axe, where you thought you were taking gonna spill his guts out, it actually gets deflected off of his chest and stomach, and you feel it down the shaft of your axe. I mean that it's pretty thick and tough, and you barely make a even the slightest of scratches across it as it bounces off.
Okay, so my second attack then.
Swinging backwards through. Oh shit! My Discord. Can you guys hear me? My Discord picture all froze. There we
I'm
go.
just saying, when Zara would have been disappointed. As a player, that was ingenious.
Kaz, I'm sorry, my Discord froze up and bounced back there. You cut backwards with backswing after your first one bounces off. That one lands, and you maybe through a kind of a burn section or whatnot, but you slice him deeply. Blood begins to pour out. You can see chunks of the meat. He reels backwards. But he still manages to remain on his feet. But he's now got a freaking massive gaping wound now across half of his body. He will, as he's kind of reeling back, that big bulbous eye locks eyes with you. And you feel this kind of penetrating gaze. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okey-dokey.
All right, and you save. And you feel kind of making you sick almost a little bit, but you fight it off. The rest of them, however, fall upon you and start to attack you with their claws.
Yeah.
So first the yellow.
Wait, doesn't Filbert get an attack of opportunity too?
He would have if he didn't run 3/4 of a mile away.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah, that's
I thought we were gonna leave them to the food and go, but
You didn't say anything.
wasn't my turn.
Why isn't that not rolling the damage? What the fuck, man? Do you guys see damage in the chat? Or is
No.
it just says damage, right? Okay, great. That's just great. Yeah, nothing is rolling. All right, I'm just gonna do it the old school. You take 11 points of slashing damage.
Ouch.
from the first attack. His second claw attack misses.
They each get 2?
Yes, they do.
This is gonna be great.
Red attacks you with his first claw. That hits. God damn it. For 4 points of damage. His other claw attack. Come on, roll 20. All right, we're doing it all old school. There, 9 plus 4. That misses. Oh, now it comes through. So the 14 misses. The red's first attack, 18 hits, and you take 4 plus 3, 7 points of damage. His second attack misses. Blue misses first one. Ooh, but crits on the next one. So you take 6 plus 9 plus 3, 12 points from that one. What's your AC?
16.
Oh shit, that hits too. 6 more points. And 1 more. That misses. I think that's all of them. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. So, could have been worse. All right, Kaz.
You could run and take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks of opportunity.
Disengage or whatever.
No, I'm not a rogue.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, you could take the disengage action, can't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
Yeah,
an
it's-
action.
You
not
take
a
it as an
bonus.
action.
yeah.
Yeah, you absolutely could do that.
I mean, I could, but I'm just gonna draw them all over to everybody else.
Who has their entire initiative between them and...
Yeah. Well, what I will do then is Kaz wouldn't he wouldn't do that. He just wouldn't. Like, God damn it! Alright, so bonus action. Dun, 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 dun. Where is it?
Do you have the thing that makes them all afraid?
No. Where you stuff? Hold on.
Right over here, I can make a wall of fire.
Which rune is it? It is. Something. Stone rune. No. Hill rune? Yes, the hill rune. So I will activate my hill rune. will swing away.
Which one?
Same one.
Okay. Yeah, Key was reeling, and that last slash was enough to open up his wound completely, and his entrails just pour out of him at that point. With a, he kind of just slumps to the side.
All right, so I will go to yellow then. My second attack. That's gonna be a miss. And then I will action surge and attack again. That one should hit. 9.
Mm-hmm.
And attack again. I don't have bonus damage, so I can go big. No.
Yep. So you do 24 points of damage to that one, and with 2 quick chops, both land and chop into its neck from both sides. A quick boom in a reverse angle. Boom. You see, you don't take it all the way off, Kaz, but it literally is flopping and hanging by a chunk of meat.
And then I go, damn it, Thea!
You doing anything else? You want movement?
You wanna run?
No, I don't want to take 4 attacks of opportunity.
Okay.
Attack. Oh, yeah.
Verlaine, seeing all this, says, Kaz, get out of there, you idiot! But she says it in a kind of, for her, it seems almost a kind,
Motherly.
and she actually moves up to there. And she casts a spell, which unfortunately you're gonna get a little bit of, Kaz, but she doesn't think it's gonna hurt you much. Where the fuck did her character sheet just go? Son of a bitch.
Do you have a spell prepared too?
It was a touch spell if they came close to her, and it was a cantrip. So make a con save, Kaz.
Yep. So I take a quarter of 7.
Yeah.
So that's 2 points of damage.
Okay. All right, Filbert. You've heard a commotion, you've heard some screams, and you heard Kaz's rage battle cries.
Well,
I'm
first you heard a large
going to-
explosion. Then all that.
call
Then all
back
that.
to Thea and Tam Tam. Hold them off or slow them down. And I'll look back over my shoulder and I'll keep running up ahead to see if this is someplace we need to be. 5, 10, 20, 25, 30, 35, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35. And I'll do the double dash again. So 5, 10, 35. So it's 105 feet. I'm up around that side of the wall now.
Okay. As you come around that corner, again, you're seeing all kinds of debris all over the place. There's ice buildup in here from the millennia that it's been there. You've seen broken statues, some smashed cases, but you do also see a staircase going upwards right there.
Okay, I do see that.
Okay, Thea.
Alright.
You see your newly fed and flambéed folks surround Kaz, two of which are lying dead on the ground.
Yeah, bleeding profusely.
Be fine. No, I did not mean to click that. Sorry.
Okay.
My touchpad. Go, Ted. That's it at a higher level for you. I'm not next to you, so
Yeah.
can't do your wound.
Okay. So you feel kind of that familiar warmth and light, almost like you remember when you would be out in the sunshine, Kaz, and you feel a little bit better.
Run! I could put up a wall.
You should warn people before you drop a. That's what you did not say.
I did. I said it before I did it the first time, and then it went around, and I said, because I said, well, I could feed them and then just drop a fireball, and then I didn't do that. I just fed them again, and then I moved out of the way.
You were saying that stuff like you were saying it out of character, like as an idea. You weren't like going, "I'm gonna do this." That's not what it sounded like. So therefore, Kaz had no idea. I played it as Kaz had no idea.
Which, even if she had said it, still could have been the case.
Huh?
All right, Tam Tam.
Don't worry, big guy. I'll save you. And I'll punch the green one.
Okay. All right. There's no reason for you to be at disadvantage, right?
No, it's advantage. I have pack tactics.
Ah, so yeah, your 28 might hit.
It didn't show the damage, did it?
No.
No. You gotta click. There you go.
Oh, there we go. 8.
All right.
Oh, you rolled a 1?
Yeah. So
I did.
I'm envisioning Tam Tam kind of using her tail as a kind of a. She leans back as a coiled tail spring, and uses it to launch herself forward and up, and does this kind of uppercut, patoom, with this little fist, and you see this big creature's head just rock back. And as it kind of looks a little bit dazed, it looks markedly surprised. As I'm imagining, Kaz, the first time you're seeing this, are a little bit surprised as well.
And then I'm gonna do it again.
Yeah.
All right. Really? That's with a crit?
What?
There we go. 8 plus 5.
Keep rolling 8s though. That's like
It keeps rolling.
No. That's really weird. All right. So, how do you want to do that?
You do it like this, and I'm gonna sucker punch him.
All right. And he dropped. You hear a kind of a cracking noise as your punch taking him unawares and unprepared. Actually snaps his head to the side so hard you hear his neck crack. And he drops like a freaking felled tree.
And then I'm gonna use a key point to do flurry of blows,
Okay.
and I'll smack the red-orange one.
Okay.
I don't think that hits.
It does not. No. You don't get a clean land on him, and he kind of moves slightly just as your fist is about to connect, and you can kind of feel it glancing off his really tough, the hide of his abdomen.
17.
That hits.
So I miss with my fist, and then I come around with my tail.
All right, that's really weird now.
yeah, there's something broken because that's been every roll.
Yeah, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 rolls. I rolled a 3.
Can you just like roll just a d6 and then add your stuff and see if that...
Yeah, I mean, if you guys, anybody who wants to roll, whatchamacallit, even real dice tonight, I don't have a problem with that. Okay, so I guess that's random. So yeah, you sweep with your tail and actually connect with his Achilles on his one, and you can see him kind of wince as you make a solid crack against it. Any last stuff there?
No, I'm like, that's how you do it.
Like I know how to do it. There's two already dead. But thank you.
Aw, big Goliath with a tender heart. Soft ego. All right. The creatures actually fall in on each of their dead and begin to feed on their fallen and seem to be completely ignoring you and Kaz and Tam. What are you doing? Back to you, Tam, or Kaz rather.
Well, I guess I'll just fucking. I'll just fucking whack at him again. Fuck it. I'm already committed. Oh, jeez. It's lagging bad. The first one was a 26 to hit.
Which one were you attacking there? That one just above you?
Yeah.
That hits. If you did 9 points of damage on him. Your second attack, I'm assuming, was on the same guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he kind of, after you kind of attacked him while he wasn't looking, he kind of sees you coming back with another slash and kind of pulls out of the way in time and dodges away from it.
That would be my turn.
Okay. Elaine is going to step up. She tentatively reaches forward. Oh, what am I doing? She doesn't have to step up for that. Dirt. She's going to stay back. You see her, she kind of begins and kind of kind of mist forms on her hand. It almost looks like a skeletal version of it kind of starts to move forward. And it flies in through the air and lands and seems to grab the head of the creature feeding closest to her. And she does.
Okay, I was about to say, is it just me or was there like a D4 on the board? When it says it was D8, I'm like, how fucked up is roll 20 tonight or something?
No different than the doubling of the dice sometimes we see.
And as it kind of, you can kind of see like its features kind of shrinking in and it getting emaciated. And you hear it just kind of let out this little that flumps forward onto the body that it was actually just starting to feed on. Verlaine looks back over at the two of you, at Kaz and Tam Tam. She goes, "No, come along, young ones. Let's not dawdle." And she begins to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Filbert. You find yourself up there looking at a potential stair going up.
All right, I'm going to start a short rest.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Obviously, just kidding. I am going to stairs in a stealthy manner. I attempt to do so. That should be okay. Okay, so that would get me there with a move action. These stairs are going up, you said, correct?
Correct.
All right, so I can't really see exactly what's going on up there yet.
No.
So another 15 feet at half pace will get me halfway up the stairs. And that is my turn.
Okie dokie. And I'm just fixing my bonehead mistake. Okay. Thea. There are 2 left, and they are feeding on the corpses of their fellows. And there are 2 corpses remaining there that you just saw dispatched by Tam, one by Tam, and the other by Villain.
Okay. Alright. Gonna turn around and wink at Elaine. Because I cast Toll the Dead. So, since they've... one creature here. I could be that guy.
Okay.
So, that's...
Wisdom save, right?
Yeah.
He fails?
Right, so that's 12 taken down.
It's 2d12.
14.
All right. So he kind of looks up from, ripping off this piece of its fellow that it's dangling from its mouth, and it looks panicked as it looks around, and it kind of lets out a long wail, dropping chunks of meat out of its face, out of its jaws as it does so, and it looks very reeled. I mean, just it's reeling.
Go with peace into the light. Release yourself from this pain.
It's definitely all that kind of shit right there.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
Come on, Kaz. 10, 20, 25, 30. Moving up. To the east side.
All right, Tam Tam.
Okay. Excuse me. I'm gonna punch this one. Does a 16 hit?
Yep.
6 points. Oh, now we're going sixes now.
Oh, wait a minute. That first one, it already killed it.
Oh. Then I'll step over here and do it to that one.
Okay. And that one hits. And how do you... That one's already reeling and dazed, and Cobalt just wrecked through, cleaning house.
Oh, these weren't that bad either. I made a good choice following you guys. But you know, and I lean in closer to Cass. The bright lady is scary.
Yeah. Sometimes she obviously doesn't think before she casts spells.
You could have left at any time.
Surrounded by nothing.
Okay.
I will stumble this way, kind of leaning against the one hand against the wall as I'm walking, and kind of like limping.
Okay. You all right there, big guy?
Oh,
No.
He's just salty that I cast a fireball.
And ran and left like six of those creatures that surround me.
You could have walked away at any time. I had a plan.
I was surrounded.
Plan.
No, you didn't. You were even like, do I do it? Do I not do it? Do I do it? Not do it? You did not say it as Thea. Or else I would have used my full movement to get past you when you did.
There, take.
I swear to God.
Guilt healing.
Have 5. Which bitch?
Verlaine continues down along the corridor. She's got Professor Skint out, and he's kind of taking in things. At one point, you see a spectral hand kind of come up out of the top of the Professor Orb and actually lift it and carry it so it can get a closer look at some of the statues.
Yeah, I was like kind of looking at some of these. They're kind of cool. What is that sound?
Static coming through the speaker. Now it's gone. It come through your head too?
Yeah, it's coming from my the online player. Somebody's got I got a thing that somebody's running a web player instead of the online player, and I don't know which we should be, but that's what's causing the occasional static for Sirenscape, John. I don't know which player you've got running.
I've got the actual application running, but I'm not getting any sound out of it though.
Does it say online or
Sirenscape online player?
Yeah, it should be.
But it's not playing any sound for me either. So
I'm on the web. one.
That's what it is. You got to get off the web one and install the online. You're the culprit.
I am the culprit.
All right.
Hey.
Oh, Filbert, as you kind of
Yeah, what's up?
ascend those stairs,
Yeah, huh?
you are taking in the sight, and it's pretty. What's the word I'm looking for? It catches your attention firmly. Let's put it that way, because suspended from the ceiling, in this really large opened chamber, is a glittering, frost-covered corpse of a 30-foot long aberration shaped like a funnel, resembling an amoeba. A tooth filled maw at the wider end is surrounded by rubbery cilia, and around it dangle four limp, spindly appendages, each one ending in a clawed hand. At the opposite end of the body is a tail with a stinger. A frost covered plaque is bolted to a pedestal nearby, and the entire display is framed by four stone pillars that are oddly frost free.
Hmm. I would like to get to the top of the stairs.
Okay?
Still trying to move quietly. And I would like to actively perceive if there is any movement or any sounds coming from the inside of this large room.
Yeah, go ahead and roll perception. Um, Staying quiet and listening, um, you hear absolutely nothing coming from upside the room. You can still hear some movement and conversation getting closer from behind you down the stairs.
Right, yeah.
But up in here, it's quiet as a tomb. And looking around, staying very, very still. You don't catch any movement at all in the room.
All right. Then I will just stay on guard with my bow out for a moment. And I'm assuming it's pretty plain and obvious that the rest of the group is coming up behind me. With
Yeah,
their
they're
stomping metal feet and their conversation.
yeah, the rattling of armor and the kind of the shouting and bickering going on between party members. Yes, you can clearly hear them coming.
Then I will, like I said, just stay on guard until the next 6 seconds comes around.
Okay, and we're out of combat and whatnot, so you hear Villain speaking with Professor, kind of hurrying him along. And as she comes to the stairs, you can see the hand, the mage hand that's holding the professor, kind of deposit it back in her, into her grasp, and she mounts up the stairs and
We'll try to
comes
be giving like the slow down, quiet kind of motion.
Okay.
As they're turning the corner, at least.
She does, and stops just behind you, Filbert, and kind of leans down and says, "Well, you don't see that every day."
But we're seeing it today.
And as you guys all come up, you see this aberration that has been hung from the ceiling, clearly on some kind of display. You see the broken statues and other display pieces that are scattered about the room, many of which are broken into pieces. There are others that are a little bit more intact. Some of the cases look completely destroyed. And you do see a pedestal in front of the this whatever it is hanging from the ceiling with some kind of placard on it.
Professor, can you read this placard?
I would be able to probably if it was didn't have all that frost all over it. If someone might do me the honor, or you know what, I've got it. And he all of a sudden you see the mage hand kind of come out and it brushes away. Um, you guys, some of you probably recognize the script. As this is not in the Netherese that you have seen elsewhere. You don't. Tam Tam, you might, to be honest with you. Depending on your languages. Hang on.
Common or giant? I can.
Tam Tam, you recognize the script, though. That it is written in Draconic.
No. What does it say?
Do you read it?
I'll read it quietly first.
Okay, so it says adult Pharim, and that's Phaerimm. And this is all in capitals. Adult Pharim, do not touch. And then underneath it says dwellers of the Underdark, Pharim are malevolent aberrations that are master spellcasters and highly resistant to magic. They use their telepathy to control the weak-minded. They strive to erase all other beings from existence and are known to have caused the collapse of the Sukra Empire of Istolafilil. They use their tail stingers to inject their eggs into alien hosts.
Did that happen to like our
What?
our druid? Was it our ranger?
Well,
No, that was different.
The Slods? No.
Yeah.
Also, now that you guys have stepped into the room, and Filbert, as you kind of now are moved past and got used to the sight of this thing and continue to look around, you see that they're above this creature. At the top of the ceiling it's domed, and it's still pretty much intact. And there's a mural that's been worked into the ceiling with very vibrant stonework, and it depicts what appears to be some kind of powerful mage standing on a balcony. And you recognize that the big giant spire at the center of the city that had the force field, and he is on a balcony of that center spire. And what it looks like, he's addressing a sea of Netherese citizens below who stare up at the figure and they look like they're cheering. And then on each of the walls, spaced around, you see that there are 8 large portraits that have been hung and are evenly spaced that depict wizards of some kind of in regal poses and arcane looking dress robes. They appear to be about 20 feet above the ground, and there looks like there is a frost covered plaque under each of them.
Okay.
I lost again. Discord.
Point that stuff out to the rest of the group, pointing out that there's the mural on the domed ceiling of
Yeah, I can't.
some dude talking to a bunch of other dudes from on top of a tower. It looks like the tower in the middle of the town.
Does it look anything like the tower in the middle of this city?
Yeah. Exactly what it looks like.
You know, I really don't feel super comfortable in this room. And I think we should, like leave and not touch anything.
I don't want to see what this big thing feels.
No! That's a very bad idea. Don't touch nothing.
Oh, Sirenscape finally decided to start working.
I just rebooted it.
Okay.
I want to check out that statue over there.
I'll guard the door.
Me too.
I just want to check it out. Okay,
Yep, I'll guard the door as well.
I'm looking at a statue.
All right, I will move along the wall towards where she's going. Is there a statue on that side that you're standing?
Well, any of the statues are kind of broken apart and rubble on the ground.
Gotcha.
The only thing that's really clearly intact fully are the portraits that are hanging on the wall. And with your, you know what? Give me an insight, Thea.
Okay.
And David, I'm sorry, Filbert, you too, because you're actually looking around actively.
13.
Yeah. So it's clear to you, Filbert, and sort of cleared to you, Thea, that the faces on each of the portraits, as you're moving around, you realize they're all kind of looking up at the one that's on the ceiling, almost as if they're looking up at this wizard at the tower. And Filbert, to you, you're even getting a sense of like the facial expressions are kind of like deep like respect or admiration as they're looking up at this individual.
Well, I don't think we're gonna find what we need to get to the tower in here. This was
What's up with the Ghostbuster Gatekeeper demon dog on top of the amethyst rock over here?
Yeah.
Go ahead and give a I know it's Zool. Give me an investigation.
One away from re-rolling.
And then give me a and on top of that, then give me a nature.
Ooh. There you go.
All right. So looking at this, it looks to be some kind of stuffed creature. However, gazing at it more, you realize that it seems to be kind of parts of various different creatures that you have seen um, composed of. The body of this creature is covered in scales, but it almost looks like it's kind of got a feline form, though its hide looks reptilian. Um, the head of this creature almost looks demonic, with the horns and the bestial kind of face of a boar, with a snout and tusks. Um, Yet the front um, arms or claws, it's hard to tell what's the best word for it, because they almost look like there's some kind of crocodile.
Oh my god, John, you totally freaked me out.
What?
The
And so it basically just kind of looks like a trophy piece, or is this thing looking up at the ceiling as well?
No, this almost looks like a display of some kind, preserved and stuffed specimen of something.
Is it tall enough off the base that I can see its underbelly?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty good size, man. There's
Does it look like there's any sort of markings or crevices or anything on the underbelly that looks like there might be something like a door, or this thing is hollowed out?
no, no, but it looks to be pretty much just part of the museum display. Um, you can see, now that you're down and up in there, you can see where it's actually got some kind of supports that are extruding out of its appendages into the marble slab that kind of are holding it in place.
It's fine craftsmanship. So, Thea, you should totally go over there and shake hands with one of those tentacle claw hand things while I make my way back towards the stairs.
yeah. Oh,
This place is kind of creepy.
let's go. We're not finding what we need in here. This seems to be some sort of church to their
Spaghetti
profane.
monster?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, that's what that was.
Tam, do you know what it was?
A very scary monster I never want to meet.
Okay.
Ever.
Verlaine, hearing you kind of say that, Thea, I don't believe this to be of any kind of religious significance. It almost gives more of a museum or some kind of repository for oddities more than anything else.
Yes, but all those statues seem to be revering whatever it was hanging in the center.
The portraits, you mean? Yes. I took a moment though to wipe off the frost off of one, and it seemed to be a name written in Draconic. High Arbiter Taruth. I wonder if they were all some kind of respected mages in the city.
That would sort of make sense. You know who the dude in the middle was?
I do not. I did not see any.
Any myths or legends regarding some sort of long-standing emperor or king or something?
Professor, do you know of any such tales from the scholarly studies of
Yeah,
Netherrealm?
Professor.
There was not per se a emperor or king. There were certainly orders within the hierarchy. The Netherese society was based on magic in its all of its forms. It was a kind of a arcane theocracy. So each individual city state, such as this, was probably run by a council of some kind of mages. If there was any kind of um, form of government, it was broken down, I believe, into along lines of schools of magic, with maybe a high mage who oversaw them.
Sort of like the creepos over in Fae, huh?
Well, mages do tend to respect order.
So you think that guy in the center is some sort of like all-powerful archmage, and the guys in the portraits were the council?
Well, it would certainly fit the research, according to the professor, Master Filbert.
I was really hoping we'd find what we needed to get to that tower in here. But at least we've put these poor soul peace.
Yeah, they're not hungry or cold anymore.
Yeah. Gonna do a little water sprinkling. You sunshine on you now. That you're not trapped in this nightmare.
Was that this tower with the power button that we were just inside?
You were in no. You were far from there. You were in this domed.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. Yep.
Alright. And we couldn't go in there if I remember correctly.
Into where? Oh no, you didn't
was
even.
something-
You guys blew right past that. You didn't even.
There was something.
You guys went straight to the big glowy underneath the
Oh,
biggest spire in the entire place, and
Yeah.
found that was blocked off by the
That's right.
wall of force.
Well, we were gonna go to that one, but we were already over here, so then we.
Yeah, so you kind of drop down into this little district down here.
Looking at this map a little bit better now that we're coming out of this other building, we saw this tower before we went in.
Yeah.
See this tower when we come out. And Mickey, would I be able to like make out like the top of like this one over here?
I would think so. Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It extends up high enough that you
I
would.
would extrapolate that as I'm looking at this map and I'm seeing them evenly spaced around.
Yeah.
So maybe we should start looking at these things because they look like they could be some sort of force field generating
Okay.
plinths.
What about that one?
Oh come on, that's bollocks. We have to go on these other ones over here.
I mean, it is evenly spaced from the other ones.
What about this one? This one's all by itself.
That looks like a big foot with 3 bones coming out of it.
It's obviously housing.
Thea, just to clarify, looking at this tower here, it's not nearly as tall
Okay.
as the ones that Filbert was looking at. It's more
Okay.
back and set into this kind of almost like little district or this area that's kind of sunk into. You guys had to descend down, climb down into.
Yeah.
And you do notice there is something slightly different about that tower, in as much as it's got a rotating glass chamber hovering above it. The top of the tower seems to be kind of ruined, cracked and broken. But above that, there is a slowly rotating glass tower suspended even above that. And just to give it a sense of scale, that tower, that even though it's shorter than the others, is easily 100 feet tall.
All right. Well, I think Silver has the right of it. Which one do we go to? This one or that one?
I leave that up to the group's discretion.
I'm just following you guys.
And that's what I'll do. I'll follow you guys.
Yes.
But some of the places you take me are very interesting. And not in a good way.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I say we go to the one that looks like it has a power button.
Power button?
It looks like a power button.
Yeah, the blue one over here.
Okay, lead the way, great lady.
Now that I zoom in on it, it kind of looks like a dick. Zoom in on it.
That's barely. That's
What's-
barely phallic.
Bullshit! There's a cock and balls right there.
That would be scary if your balls look.
Yeah, dude. I was just about to say, you need a doctor's
It's
appointment,
like
man. You really may need to go see a doctor.
They're like detached and off to the side. Come on. All right, let's head over here.
This one now looks more like a power button.
Thea, you aren't by chance proficient in Arcana, are you?
Don't. No.
I didn't think so. And I know Kaz isn't.
Yeah, I'm proficient in Arcana. What are you talking
Right,
about?
I know.
I think when Zero was the only one.
Well, I mean, I would imagine that Elaine is.
She is. Hang on.
Elaine will save us.
Yeah, our caster, our arcane caster just left with all of our stuff. Yeeted herself into the lava or something. We don't even know.
No, you do. You know I'm outside and safe.
That's true.
At some point, Elaine probably heard another message from me.
Yeah, she's literally up having a vacation.
You pulled a shadow on us. You ever played any of the old Final Fantasies?
Yes.
As you guys start to make your way over there, she can make out the kind of the glowing blue symbol at the top, and she goes, "How did I not see it before? that symbol at the top. That represents the magical school of aberration.
Aber what?
Abjuration.
Abracadaberation?
So each tower represents a school of magic, so if we do something in each one of the towers, it's going to turn the force field off? That's what you're saying?
Could be.
That would sounds to be a fairly decent working hypothesis.
Yeah, I know. So...
Have you studied the magical arts?
I've studied everything.
Well, aha! I happen to have an abjuration spell prepared.
I do. However, I don't know that just casting a spell of abjuration at a tower is necessarily all that might be necessary. These were, after all, rather advanced wizards.
Suppose we should go in then.
But abjuration is the school that emphasizes magic, that blocks, banishes, perhaps, or protects. It is a...
I have prayed for protection from evil and good today. I don't know if I'm supposed to cast it on myself or touch the door. No.
Have we tried to just walk in?
Well, as you guys kind of make your way, and it takes you a few minutes or whatnot to kind of work your way back up out of this depression, but you find an area that the debris and frost and whatnot, you're able to manage to scamper, if you will, up and out, and approach towards the base of the tower. And you can see above the conical base that blue arcane symbol of aberration. It faces outward from the upper floors, and that you see an archway leads into the foot of the tower on this side. Approaching the archway seems to be open without a door, and it looks like entry can be made into it.
You want to just walk in, or?
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea for you to do. Anybody but me.
You're the one that scouts ahead.
I've been figuring out, like, everything.
Yeah, I honestly don't care. I'm just here because I don't want to be alone
Alright.
anymore.
I will try to slink my way in through this doorway and up against the interior wall.
Okay.
Dude, you cannot sleep on my knee breaks.
So as you approach that open door, you even with your passive perception, you do notice that ruins cover every inch of the outside of this tower, Filbert.
Runes?
Yeah, runes or ruins? Ruins?
Runes.
Runes, as in
Glyphs.
writing.
Ruins. Yeah,
Squiggly
writing.
things.
Runes.
Sigils. I will look back over my shoulder at Verlaine and be like, do these things mean anything?
They very well could. I would need to give them a bit of study. Might take them a few minutes.
Yeah, okay.
Shall I proceed?
Group.
I mean, there could be rooms that like attack us the minute we walk in, so it might not be a bad idea to read them first. I mean,
That's
I
what
can
I'm
try to
thinking.
see if I recognize anything, but I'm not as skilled as Elaine is.
No, but you can still look. Give me an Arcana check.
Any day now.
Mm.
Night.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really see anything that kind of strikes out at you. They all seem to be pretty random to you, Tara. And Filbert, as you're kind of approaching the entrance, Verlaine screams out to you, Master Halfling, stop!
Alright, I already was stopped, but thanks.
This rune here, this glyph,
Does
there's
it
something. It is the word for insanity, but one moment. And she casts, you see her casting kind of a spell, and her eyes kind of go silver for a second. And then as she looks at it, she goes, oh, she goes, if you would be so kind, Master Goliath, and work your axe against this here symbol. And she kind of marks it. Points to a particular glyph that to your eyes doesn't look any really different than any of the others.
Yeah.
Could you strike this and destroy this for me?
Sure. Walk over and whack.
Your axe bites into the stone. Doesn't do a whole hell of a lot of damage, but it's enough to kind of deface the glyph, and you feel a strong kind of jolt. Not enough to hurt you, but enough that it's almost like you hit like an electrical wire or something, right? In modern terms, and it drops, and the axe kind of like your hand kind of instinctually just kind of release, and your axe clutters to the ground. But the glyph, part of it is chipped away now. And you can see Verlaine kind of staring at it, and she goes, no, okay. I think we're all right now. Yes, the power seems to have dissipated. That might have been particularly nasty to someone walking through the door.
Pick up my axe. That was unpleasant.
Well, good job smashing it, Kaz.
You saved Filbert, apparently. Or, yeah.
I mean, thanks. I wasn't going in until you guys looked at the runes. Thanks.
Oh, it's made so much more your pleasure by your unending enthusiasm, Master Filbert.
So, is it safe for me to go in now?
I believe so.
All right. Taking your word for it. Sneak, sneak.
No one even sees you go in. It's like 1 minute they're talking to you, the next minute you Batman. You're gone.
Did something get
Totally go inside now.
Verlaine looks down at you, Tam Tam, and goes, you're never really going to get used to that.
Oh, I thought the ruined thingy killed him or something.
No, perhaps next time, she says wistfully. Filbert, inside, you see that the tower, there's a set of stairs that kind of work their way up the inside of the tower in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And even from the low levels, you can see as it goes up, there are small antechambers at various parts along the steps that go up. You can see almost all of the first one, even from the ground floor, and it looks pretty small.
I'll wave the rest of the group in. It seems safe enough for the moment being. If they know where I am and they see my hand.
Yeah, and you start to make your way up the stairs, right? I thought you said
Yeah.
you were gonna do that, right? Yeah. Um, and again, it's open enough that you can see that as you're going around and you're kind of approaching where that first little antechamber that is just off of the stair. That these are kind of like small little rooms, and you can see that there's various different remnants of furniture. One looks like it's got some kind of broken table with chairs around it. You can kind of see two more up above. One looks like it actually had some kind of bed. You can see that there probably was doors at one point on it. You can see where hinges are still into the stone. And that, but any kind of door must have been either rotted away or broken or no longer there. Maybe one further up the stairs, you can see maybe the remnants of a partial door. Um, but there again, there's still the perpetual light sources that dot the not only the inside of this staircase, but also within these little vestibule chambers. The first, as I said, containing some kind of smashed stone table. Um, there seems to be cubbies. Um, as you walk up, you can count now. Looking up, you count about 5 of them as they go up the tower.
The antechambers.
Yeah,
like you said?
5 of these little
Okay.
antechambers, and then even because of the way that this tower is so wide and the curve is so much, you can actually see that uh, at the very top of this stairs there appears to be a large stone door. But each of these antechambers kind of have various things in them, and they look like they were used for possibly different purposes. They don't. They're all kind of unique.
Okay. And I mean, nothing really catches my eye with my higher passive perception as I'm going up. It literally just looks like remnants of
You see
stuff that's been in the room.
Yeah, you see like, in one like what probably was some kind of sleeping chamber with, broken their chests or wardrobe. You see another one that maybe had bookshelves. You can see the remnants of degraded books or probably scroll tubes in one. One looked like maybe it was a practice room for maybe spell casting. It looks like there are practice dummies set up on one wall. None of them are larger than about 20-foot square. Although none of them are square, it's more they're kind of
Right.
kind of a curved that match the outside wall of the tower.
Well, I'll continue making my way up, and I will make sure that I keep an eye on the stairs that none of them look different different as I'm walking up? I don't want to trigger a trap of any kind.
Okay. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Well, I haven't heard anything.
So are you sure he's not dead?
I don't think he's dead, but I know. I'll go after him. Maybe he went upstairs.
I figured you guys were following behind me.
Where you are.
Well, I waved you in when I first walked into the
Yeah,
tower.
you did.
I looked around.
Yeah, so we're
We're gonna
following.
follow. Yeah, that's best as we can, considering that he's invisible.
Like 60 feet behind?
All right, so as you guys start to go in, you see that stairway going up as well. You see the antechambers and various things inside of them. Perhaps we should look around.
Sure.
Then start looking around.
Anybody who wants to search any of those antechamber rooms, give me an investigation.
I rolled the wrong thing.
No.
That is not a 20. That is a 16.
He's
Okay.
gonna scare the stuff into revealing itself. Reveal yourself to me!
All right. So, as you guys are going out, searching through the rooms, Tam, you find a what looks like some kind of very fancy small little chest, almost like a jewelry box size something, very ornate. And as you go to look at it, you realize that it almost looks like there's something around it, and you go to push this broken piece of furniture off of it, and you realize that there's still a kind of a frozen corpse that has been frozen solid. It's kind of really, there's not much left to it there, but you can see that it's got these skeletal hands. And as you go to pick it up from the hands, this kind of symbol begins to kind of glow on the top of the chest, and I need you to make a dex saving throw.
Okay, dex. 16?
Okay. It could be worse. All right. So as you do that, it this kind of glyph forms on it, and suddenly it's kind of like lightning surges all around the box, and you, with your monk quick reaction, are able to kind of like throw the box down and only just the tendrils of the little bit kind of zap you a little bit, and you do take 8 points of lightning damage.
So I also have evasion, I think. Somewhere
Okay.
on this list.
You should, yeah, level 7.
Yeah, I
think
got to
you
imagine.
said.
So then you would actually be able to. You've done it so quickly that you only take 4 points of damage from a 5d8 magical trap.
Yeah, that's actually. Oh yeah.
And as the box kind of lands like that and whatnot, you threw it away so violently that it hits, and you hear a kind of a click, and the top pops open, having discharged its protection spell. And inside, it looks to be these kind of gossamer, very, very delicate looking, but very long bracelets. Almost like bracers, but made very ornate and almost like almost jewelry-esque looking silver metalwork.
I found something. Don't worry, guys. I made sure that it doesn't hurt anybody else. Because I gotta think of you guys. But they're very pretty. Yeah, I don't want to pick them up at the moment.
I mean, I'm making my way up the stairs, so I'm not close by to go to her.
Come over and take a look.
Hold on.
And I pick them up.
Okay. So I mean, you're looking at them, and you can see that they've got little clasps where they would open, and you could put them on, and they're hinged, and it would clamp on to your wrists. I mean, you've seen stuff like this as a monk, before.
Yeah, I'll put them on.
They look a little bit big for you, but as you kind of close and clamp them on, you swear they actually kind of seem to like just suddenly become just exactly the right size for your arms.
Get out of here.
Imagine that.
That's better than what I thought it would happen.
Where are you?
I would only be able to use tail attacks from now on.
Where's your character sheet go? God damn it. There it is. Did it actually go on or no? Yep, there they are. So it's on the bottom of your item list now.
Oh, okay.
Your armor class is not right.
No, I don't know why it calculates like that. It did say 17 before, I think.
How is it 17 before?
I don't know. I don't know how it calculates anything.
It should be 17 now. Right? 5, because your dex is +5. You're unarmed, and then +2 for the new bracers. Do you get any monk kind of add?
Yeah, the wisdom.
Yeah, it's wisdom and dex.
And what's your wisdom?
Plus,
I'm not on that page. That's why I wasn't sure.
I think it's a +2.
All right, so that would be why you had the 17. Yeah, so that'll raise your AC. This thing will raise your AC to 19.
Sweet.
I don't know why or where. So just, yeah, we'll keep that in mind, all right? So it's actually 19, not the 12. I'll figure it out later. Why the hell it's freaking doing this. It makes no sense.
Yeah, I know definitely at one point it did have the correct AC.
Well, I just manually did it, so. To 19. All right. Yeah, that, just so you know, I rolled on a table. That's what that was, so. You paid for it with the zap. Yeah, the rest of you guys don't find anything else of any kind of real note, except for that Tara. I'm sorry. God, why do I keep doing that tonight? Thea, you found a little bit of a book that still had some passages that you were able to make out. And it was an archaic, very, very archaic form of Elvish. But not.
Elvish.
Oh, that's right. You don't. It looks like something though that could be made out if you wanted to show it to Villain or the professor. They might be able to make it out.
Yeah, I'll give it.
Well, this is very interesting. Very pertinent. This is an excellent find. It says in times of trouble, the wizards raised a force field around the Enclave's center spire, through which only they could pass. Thanks to the skill of the High Arbinger, Taruth, the force field could survive a millennia. Well, one might say that's a little bit obvious at this point. But still, it is good confirmation.
If
Man,
only they
it looks
can pass-
good.
Only they can pass, then how are we going to get the force field down?
Well, there's got to be a way. They wouldn't put up a force field that could not be deactivated. We just need to learn more about it and figure out what it is needs to be done to get it to be lowered. Seems pretty logical, but since it was raised by the High Arbiter and we are in the Tower of Abjuration, I would think that perhaps we're on on the right course here.
All right. Well, let's continue up the tower.
Filbert, you kind of make your way all the way up, and at the very top of the stairs, it kind of gets really, it's narrowing, but it kind of comes out onto a bit of a platform's not the right word, but a leveling, almost like a top floor, in front of which is almost feels like a small room with a decorative stone double doors. Looking at the doors, they seem to be that they were carved with just unbelievable precision, almost inhuman.
Something like dwarvish.
Well, even more so. It looks so realistic that because it actually is depicting a scene on the doors of a wizard casting various forms of protective shields and barriers against this monstrous four-armed slug-shaped creatures with posterior stingers and barbed teeth kind of attacking at it. And he's got multiple shields up kind of holding them back. It looks incredibly realistic. And it's actually these stone doors that are showing you all this.
Do there seem to be any runes around the frame of the door?
Go ahead and give an investigation.
Okay.
So, you don't see any ruins. But I will say this, your recent trip to the last building, that stinger and whatnot, now that you're looking at it, even though that one was hanging upside down, these creatures are what was hanging in that museum. But no, you don't see any ruins carved into the door.
All right. While I'm waiting for the group to catch up to me, I will like to investigate for traps around the rest of the landing and the door and everything. Uh, 19 for mechanical traps.
Yeah, so looking on, you don't find any pressure plates, any kind of keyhole that could have a spring needle in it, nothing like that of any kind of physicality traps. As a side bonus of you looking for these types of traps, you realize there's also no mechanical lock on this door.
So does it look like it's just hinged, or it's just a stone slab that is sealing off a room?
You can tell that they are doors because there's a fine line down the middle.
Okay.
And there are actual door pull handles. But you don't see any kind of lock or any kind of mechanism.
Okay.
But when you tried to kind of see if they were open or not after the traps, it's definitely it's locked.
Interesting. Okay, I will wait for the group to catch up. Maybe there needs to be some sort of abjuration magic cast upon the door for it to unlock. That is going to be my hypothesis until the group gets there.
Okay. Are you guys all continuing up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I keep wanting to grab Winzira's token. Who am I forgetting? Oh, there. Every time I put you on a new map, I have to turn that off.
I assume Filbert tells me his thoughts about the door.
As you
It's
guys
locked, but it's not physically locked.
know, but I believe it is magically locked. It has
Well,
a
that is-
strong glow of abjuration magic around it. Perhaps some kind of arcane lock.
Oh, I get it.
You know, when Zira had a scroll of knock,
But Zira's not here. Zira's not here, man.
when Zira took all the cool shit and left you guys.
That's what I said. She's like Shadow from
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 3/5. uh, I mean, I could cast an abjuration spell on it, but I don't think that's gonna do what we do. Probably.
If it is a arcane lock spell that's been placed on, no, it wouldn't. There would need to be some kind of password or a knock spell to counteract it. Perhaps I could try to dispel the magic. Do I have dispel magic prepared? I do. I could try. It is a fairly high level spell, but certainly could try.
Boy, if only we had somebody to sing her a song and make her inspired.
Well,
Do
kind of
a
help
good
with
job.
that. Here. May the Sandra guide your mind to our goal, as it is just.
Now, there is a way to force it open through brute strength. The lock only is as strong as the actual door itself. We could try that first. I could save my spell.
That sounds like a good idea.
Sure.
Athletics check. You strain against it, but that you don't quite get enough muscle on it.
How about we try all together? Small one, you seem to be strong as well somehow. Why don't we all three try to push together?
I'll sit here and watch.
I'm totally talking about you, Filbert.
What are your strengths?
My strength is 20.
There.
Just
Sorry,
range
give me a
shitty.
minute.
I got a +9 to athletics. Rolling with 9.
What'd you say?
14.
Your strength. 14.
Oh no. Yeah.
And what's Tam Tam's?
9.
Okay. So first, Kaz starts to strain against the door, and Thea comes up, and she lends her shoulder to it, and starts to push as hard as she can as well. And they're not really making much until Tam Tam walks up, kind of cracks her knuckles, braces with her tail, and pushes with her hands. And then she brings up and she puts her feet balancing on her tail and uses her feet too. And as she does that, the door starts to grind and give way. And it opens.
Oh, look, I really am strong.
As you guys look in, you see beyond the door is a large room dominated by a lavish, upward leaning staircase. Columns flank either side of the room, though the right one looks like it's fallen down. 5 well armored, greenish blue skinned humanoid figures stand at attention at the base of the stairs. Give me just a second. Really wish they would not put the goddamn name.
So they're like statues?
Nope, they're just blue skinned humanoid creatures. Currently, they're just standing at attention, although they all do seem to be looking at you.
Hello?
Akaka.
You're a caca.
I'm gonna walk in and say that.
Um, they kind of just look at you. There's not a whole lot of reaction. Give an insight.
Okay.
Do you speak common?
It's hard to read. They don't have very much reaction. Maybe there is a slight bit of confusion, maybe?
Hold a 2. Professor, if we could use maybe a translator.
Would be honored to. What might you like to say to them?
Hello, we come in.
Don't kill us? Or eat us?
All of that?
Sure.
Okay. And he starts to begin speaking in Netherese, in a kind of a long. It seems like it takes him a while to actually get all of that out. And the one in the middle, who is holding a long sword. I'm sorry, a great sword. Two of them appear to be holding shields and short swords. The other three holding great swords. And the one in the very middle responds back to him in an equally long, not equally long, a much shorter response. He says that none but the High Arbiter may approach the anvil?
Can you tell him that everybody around here is most likely dead?
I believe that these are Megan. What do you think, Verlaine? Well, I think, yes, you might have the right of it. I have not seen ones as sophisticated as this, but they do appear to have the characteristics.
What's a Megan?
They are, for lack of a better word, they are constructed creatures of magic. They were brought to a semblance of life and given simple commands. These appear to be some kind of god Megan.
And they're guarding the what?
He said, I believe, anvil.
What's so special about an animal?
Tell them their masters are dead.
He goes into kind of a long, drawn-out Netherese dialogue again. And a very similar short response comes back from the lead Megan. He says, perplexingly, again, none but the High Arbiter shall approach the anvil.
It makes me want to approach it more.
I must say, I am myself curious.
But you know,
It's gonna attack if you.
I mean, I guess we should respect their, their one-word answer or whatever.
But I think we have to, explore each of these towers in order to drop the shield. So.
Okay. You lead. I follow, Bright Lady.
I don't know. What should we do?
They don't appear to be making any kind of hostile movement towards you at this point. They still remain completely at guard attention posture.
We haven't approached the anvil.
But as more of you step into the room, they begin to raise their weapons into a kind of an on guard type of stance.
Are those stairs in the back right here?
Yep, those are the stairs that go up.
Oh. We don't see any anvil in the room, right?
You do not.
I'm guessing the anvil's up the stairs.
What's the lighting in the room? Is this dim light?
No, it's kind of this bluish light. You do notice that the light sources, Tam, are actually here. They're more recessed into alcoves that have some kind of clear crystal plating in front of them. where before they're a little bit different than what you've seen in the rest of the tower. For instance, the ones in the antechamber were kind of like almost like sconces with balls of magical light just kind of resting in them. These actually seem to be recessed into the wall with this kind of thick crystal facing so that the walls appear smooth, and these are recessed into them.
Would I be able to shadow step in here?
There are definitely shadows, especially behind, this broken column, and there are spots where there is a bit of shadow cast by the intact column.
No. I really don't think an anvil would probably work for. What are we doing? I don't even know why you guys are here.
Trying to drop the shield in the main tower, which is obviously put up by each of these towers. I imagine this anvil probably something to do with this tower's contribution to the field.
Professor, can you ask them what the anvil? What is the anvil? What does it do? What is it for? See if they give you any kind of answer other than what they've already said.
I can certainly try, yes. And he goes off into this time a much longer, even bit of dialogue with them. But that's just completely unhelpful. The anvil is the anvil? I mean, perhaps it is something that's so obvious in their minds that there's no easy way to explain it.
Hmm. I don't know. Are we trying to get to the anvil, or are we going to move on to the next place?
I'm not really ready to fight these guys yet.
I mean, I could attempt to go past them, but I don't want to be chased either.
Silver,
Yeah, huh?
can you just sneak past them?
Oh, wait, I know what I could do. Hold on. I don't know if it'll work, but. Where is it? Oh, found it. Okay. I can attempt to cast darkness on the room, and then we can blindly sneak past them.
It's probably the best idea I heard all night. Yeah, I don't know. We have to figure out some way to pretend to be this arbiter guy.
Maybe we can find clues in another place as to how to do that.
Maybe we can, Kaz. Maybe we can. And then I'm going to push him in the room and then close the door behind me and run down the stairs.
I'm already stepped into the room.
I'm going to close the door and run down the stairs.
So what are you doing, Thea? Or I'm sorry, Tam Tam?
Sure, why not? I'm gonna cast darkness.
And where are you casting it?
So,
And is that a monk kind of thing?
Yes, I'm using 2 key points for it.
Shadow Monk.
And it's under what's the name of the?
Shadow Arts.
What the fuck is it? Oh, yeah, there it is.
They get a lot of stuff. I'm not used to scrolling through so much.
And Mom's got a ton of shit.
You can use your key to duplicate the effects of certain spells. Okay. Okay. So, darkness.
It's a 15-foot radius sphere.
All right, so where do you want to put it? Right on the main guy?
Yes. And yeah.
Okay. Is that right? Yeah, that looks right. Like that?
Yes, that'll fit it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, tapping into your life force energy, you are able to pull forth without actually utilizing any kind of spell component or whatnot, and you're able just to kind of, through meditation and whatnot, somehow push forward this sphere of darkness where your key is actually able to override the senses of other creatures and convince them that it is dark in that. And suddenly, they are unable to see within that. And the one in the middle of it is now completely blind. He immediately snaps to attention and actively senses that as a hostile movement and moves into feeling the need to defend. So I need y'all to roll for initiative.
All right, now we run through.
Why
I've used this tactic plenty of times to get away from other things.
Can we call it here? Battle's about to start.
Yeah.
Oh shit, it's already 11?
Yeah.
Yep, we were gonna. I was gonna stop here anyway. Everyone, just roll initiative, and we'll pick it up from here next time. Oh yeah, Villain. Kicking ass. All right, so when we come to next time, we'll see what happens with Megan. Cool. Cool.
Okay.